You're listening to Xolani Gwala on Talk Radio 702.
Talk Radio 702.
Your number one news and talk station.
Talk Radio 702, 9 minutes now before 4. There apparently is a lot of panic over new immigration laws. These immigration regulations are causing widespread confusion among immigration agents and lawyers. One lawyer, Craig Smith, is quoted in a newspaper article as saying that he is planning legal action against former Minister Naledi Pandor or her successor Malusi Gigaba for passing what he refers to as xenophobic laws that contradict each other and are riddled with errors. Regulations were gazetted on the 22nd of May. Craig Smith is an immigration lawyer. He's on the line. He is an immigration lawyer with Craig Smith and Associate. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Xolani. How you doing?
I'm very good. Welcome. You call these xenophobic laws. Yeah, what is this about? Xenophobic laws?
Well, effectively, the Minister of Home Affairs has enforced regulations which take effect on the 26th of May, which have culminated in bringing about 5 pieces of Immigration Act together with 1 day's notice. Effectively, you've had a 2002 amendment, Immigration Act, that has been amended in 2004, 2007, 2011, 2013, plus the new immigration regulations, which will effectively set up the immigration machinery and the laws to determine whether foreigners can enter South Africa and invest in South Africa. It appears, and we are quite confident, that the minister has failed to properly apply her mind at the time in passing the regulations on the basis that the Immigration Act, with all its amendments, is inconsistent in many instances and flawed in terms of errors in the law, and is making it, in terms of the regulations, that is, making those regulations highly onerous for foreigners to enter South Africa. In fact, the regulations force the foreigners to leave South Africa.
Give me a specific example, though, of how contradictory these laws are, especially against things such as the Constitution.
Well, I'll give you a scenario. I have a client who has flown in from Nigeria, a South African lady with a Lebanese husband. They are married. And they have flown in to see me to apply for a spousal permit to remain and now settle permanently in South Africa. They are undergoing in vitro fertilization to have a child. Now, Home Affairs, via their new regulations, has effectively said that they must go back to Nigeria, where they were residing at the time, despite all the issues that they are busy with from a medical point of view, and they are being forced to go back to their home country and start again and apply for a permit there, whilst they have come down here to find a home to pursue the in vitro fertilization. So effectively, partners who have a fundamental right to be together, the right of dignity, are effectively being forced apart or forced to leave South Africa at their own expense and effectively apply with laws that are riddled with inconsistencies.
Is there a possibility, and I know the story has come up over and over again about, for instance, marriages of convenience, and therefore that the government is going to be very careful, scrutinize all the applications. So what's wrong then with sending them back and saying, go through the processes of application?
So, Lani, what we effectively have here is a situation where, of course, any immigration regime throughout the world will always encounter those matters where they are really pushing the boundaries in terms of eligibility. Okay? Now, Home Affairs, and this is my contention, that Home Affairs' very own administrative efficiency has failed to deal with the high backlogs. And the reason the backlogs culminated where we are today is because of the lack of administrative efficiency within the department. That has caused a bottleneck, that has caused delays, and my feelings are that Home Affairs are really just passing these laws to stop the blockage and to make less foreigners apply so they can actually cope. And the system for the last 10 years has functioned very well with a high number, the highest number of tourists entered South Africa in the course of this year. So the current regime is working. We cannot afford not to have foreign investment. As an example, the film and production industry contributes over R1 billion a year to our GDP. And we cannot, and that's just the film and production. That's not all the other industries. So we are a developing country. We cannot afford to be investor unfriendly.
That is true, but the other side of the argument is that we've got to put South Africans first. So we've got to be very meticulous in examining the applications of who comes into the country, and that those jobs that they are taking are not South African jobs. In other words, that those are people who possess special skills that we need in this economy.
Yeah, look, it's a stated position by Home Affairs that we definitely need foreign skills. The issue with the jobs is in our view, a narrow view, because we need the foreign investment to create jobs. Jobs are not brought about by Home Affairs closing its borders. Jobs are brought about by growing the economy. And that is the government's task, to have the necessary policies in play. You know, I don't want to get into aspects of where money is going unnecessarily. But I mean, at the end of the day, the more investment by the foreigners, bringing in pounds, euros and dollars, that is what this country needs. That is what creates jobs, and that's what contributes to the economy. Otherwise, they're not going to come to South Africa, buy houses, start businesses, and make very large investments in certain important industries.
Craig, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. All right, as I said, we'll certainly try and see if we can get the Department of Home Affairs to respond to the concerns raised. And again, if you have directly been affected by these contradictory, and I say that according to Craig, contradictory laws, xenophobic laws, give me a ring. Let me know how. 011 883 0702.